Yo, my people, man, it's your boy Jazz in the building. This one's been, yo, I can't even lie to you, I left you guys high and dry. Like, literally, I keep on saying it because I went back to Hanuman Kind. I was doing, like, deep diving into his catalog. I was doing, like, Juice WRLD freestyles, and I kind of stopped them. And that's literally because in the present day, there's not really much music going on. Like, things have been kind of quiet. So it's like I abandoned ship on this channel or whatever. But that's my bad. And I at least thought I would have given you guys Money Game Part 3 because I've already done 1 and 2. And I left you guys high and dry. Didn't even give you guys Part 3 and them thing. That's crazy of me. I can't even lie to you and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? So apologies for that. But we're back though and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? That will happen again and that, bro. You know what I mean? And let's get into it. Your boy and Jazz, Ren at the building. Let's see what I want. And we got Broski from the second one back again. Yeah, that piano is beautiful, man. With the spiral effect as well. Ooh. Or is this from the first one or whatever? Because the second one was more so just like images on a screen type of thing and that, bro. You know what I mean? But in terms of the elements are kind of similar, but it seems like the photography, the videography has taken a little bit of a leap in that. And it's not even that brazy. It's just the cameraman. I wonder what is a cameraman actually doing? Is he just there just spilling like a ballerina, bro, and that, bro, to get certain like spiraling effects and that and spiraling shots? Because that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And there's always an instrument involved. But yo, that piano looks beautiful, bro. Shiny. You getting the sparkly. Crazy to me. Do your thing, my guy. I forgot this guy's a vocalist. That thingy right there as well, and that, bro, melody reminds me of like an old school like Nina Simone type of that type of era right there, and that, bro. You know what I mean? Where man would just make sounds and them thing that just sound so blissful to the ear and them thing there, bro. You know what I mean? Oh.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly, 4 years.
From the time he said his first words were mine, mine, gimme, we already know where that's going as well and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And them thing there, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how the people at the top literally be acting and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And also mine, like, you know what I'm saying, minding as well.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly, 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26,
That's the brazenness as well, because within this whole story, it's like I'm waiting for a point where a little kid who's now a man dictates something in his life, but is constantly his father and that, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like parents more times gotta find a flipping balance, bro, because you can't dictate someone's whole life. I get parents go through certain things and they know certain things and they know better and that, bro. But at the end of the day, holding your child's hand and trying to write everything out for them and trying to make sure that everything they do, you dictate because you went through this or you didn't have this or you made this mistake here and that, bro. It doesn't give a child his independence. And now we're at the cocaine stage at 21. You know, as it now that should be like at least minimum midlife crisis. You get me? At least minimum midlife crisis and that, bro. That's when that should kick in, because it seems like he has the tools and all of that type of stuff and that, bro, to do what he needs to do. He has the means to an end and all of that type of stuff and that, bro. You know what I mean? But so quickly at 21 and that man's already doing the cocaine and them thing there. That's because his whole life has literally been dictated and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And a parent telling him you have to be a man and da 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 da. Like, you get.
And then he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20.
And that's literally how, because when you go to the business, when you go into the business world and how people are so cutthroat and that, it's literally all because of this and that, fam. At the end of the day, it's like you can do good, or you can try to do good, or try have your morals and principles intact. But if you do that, there's a potential of getting stinged. So why would I want to put myself through that pain? So even though, yeah, I don't want to be cutthroat, I'm going to be cutthroat as well in that, because at the end of the day, majority, not all, majority are doing that type of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a never ending spiral, and you got your pops telling you ish like this as well. And sometimes when you have someone constantly telling you something and that, you start to believe it when you don't have other experiences. Like I can go and talk to another adult and they can tell me their philosophy of life or tell me some brazenness or some radicalized construct about anything and that, bro. But because I've had experience in different places, I can decipher that and think for myself and all that type of stuff. Other people don't have that because they've been flipping squeezed and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And been held so close since a youngin' and that, bro, that they can't even rethink for themselves. And that's what it's like in school. When you have certain people that are good academically and that, bro, but dash them into the real world and that, they were crumbled and that, bro, at that time. You get me? And then you have the other people that might not be as academically acclaimed as them, you know what I mean? But then do have the street smarts and all that type of stuff and can talk to people and, you know, say know how certain things operate and how to move in different environments. And
take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then
the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, the lie,
and the lie will sell itself.
The lie will sell itself and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, bro. You're literally learning the trades to the devil's game, bro. That's literally
20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches.
Now that's what's crazy to me because the pops was basically saying, yo, get everything you can, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And now he's achieved everything that he's achieved at such a young age, but now you're saying something. So I don't know if it's a case where dad taught him his devilish ways so well and that, bro, that is now doing it better than him and is like, yeah, calm down, like stop getting so big-headed. Or if there's going to be like a plot twist or something more to the lesson, or you know,
They're applauding his name. 25 and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31 a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32
and that's the maddest thing, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. Wait a minute, what the hell is going on? I was about to say something, but that just completely just threw me off or whatever.
the servant to the king, not even in second place. 31 a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When you're such a big person and that, bro, you know what I mean, in your 30s, where that's like, obviously I don't like to go off milestones, but by then you should have at least met a woman or at least have settled down, you know what I'm saying, looking to have kids or already have kids type of thing, but you're still literally looking for your dad's approval. And then when he's maneuvering, when the child who's now 31 maneuvering in a certain way, and the dad is like, yo, why are you moving like this? Or move like a man, or grow up, or da-da-da. You literally made him like this. But they literally won't connect the dots. That's the craziest thing in that, bro. People will turn you into something. They're not like what you've turned into, but they're the ones that literally caused it, but then not realize it and them think there. But when you are that thing, like, crazy.
Even in second place. 31 a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33 filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34 turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket.
I'm waiting for the time that dad's gonna be proud of the kid, because he's effed up his whole life for his approval and that, bro. So is dad ever gonna be proud of the kid? We'll see.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his prod.
GG's. He was looking for the approval, never got the approval. Now the father's gone and he's never been confirmed in them. The GG's. His whole life's gone. His whole life was based on that man. Now that man is gone, even if it was a case where he got his dad's approval, and then he passed away, that's still his rock, because he dictated your whole life. Now the fact that you were looking for said something in him and that, bro, to get the approval and never got it and that, bro, GG's, man. Whole life gone. Hopefully he can catch himself though. Hopefully he can catch himself. But the way this is going, he probably won't.
Heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 30.
That's what I'm saying. It can change in an instant. Just as quick as anything can go wrong, it's just as quick as everything can go right as well. But 38 with a prostitute. Come on now, man. You're a big man, bro. You know, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Have you even had a girlfriend yet? Wife? You know what I'm saying? Divorced, maybe?
37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion.
And then also, look at man like Ren as well. The way the suit's all mashed up now and them thing, they're going side to side. And shout out to the videographer as well. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the camera work is doing simple things. You might have it on like, I don't know, like some sort of device or gimbal or whatever, where you can just easily rotate and all that type of stuff. But shout out to him though, and shout out to Ren. Like, you get me? He's portraying the story, because he's using the things around him to basically, you know, I said explain the story, but he's also the embodiment of the person as well, type of thing.
Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Thing is, bro, all he needed was the right nurturer, bro. That's all he needed. was the right nurturer. Because at the start it was good. You know what I'm saying? Still, he needed more than just, you know what I'm saying, do this, do this, do this, and be a man. He needed more than that, bro. He need more than that as a human being and them thing there, bro. You know what I mean? To really succeed, because there's multiple levels of life, and that, from the financial, the spiritual, you know what I'm saying, all of that type of stuff. You get me? The mental, like, you know what I'm saying? So the actual health. So it's like he was on the right track and that, but he just needed the right nurture at the right time to really take him on the right course. But once that little switch happened, and then just bad event after bad event after bad event, yeah, I don't think it's getting any better, bro. You know, the type of courage and the type of, I don't know, the type of advice that you would need, or the right type of person to come in your life to switch this all around and that. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life being dictated by your pops. You know what I mean? Then you literally completely switch flipping careers, 2-3 times or whatever, and that, from just for his approval, and literally put yourself in an even dire situation for him then to go. Then to you, in afterwards, when he's already gone, to you try to make some mad decision to go after the flipping cartel. Now you can't walk and that, bro. Come on now, man. You know, the type of, I don't know, the type of something that you need to get drawn out of that darkness is crazy, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. This is a bad story that's gonna end badly. Bro, why does the guy at the back look like he's wearing a girl's thingy? He looks like the, you know, Joker, bro, when he blew up the hospital, when he was wearing the female like nurse outfit. Oh no, that's evil. That's evil. I can't lie to you. Being a person that used a wheelchair and being put in one of these and that, bro, I can't even lie. Because obviously the ones with the big wheels, you can actually move yourself. I don't know how you would maneuver yourself in this. It's probably what they use for patients and them thing there, bro, in like psych wards or something and that, bro, so they can't move themselves, which is crazy.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't.
Crazy. The juxtaposition now, we're taking the whole thing. And like I said, he's still not grown up. He's still a child. He's still a kid and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? But now we're in the latter years of his life and that, fam. You know what I mean? To be honest, 40 isn't even latter years, bro. Like, you get me? That's like what happened.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized.
So now we go to the spoken word, and that's so man can really concentrate on that, fam. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. For certain people to concentrate on a certain element, you need to strip away all elements. So in this case, strip away the instruments and that, bro, and just listen to the words and that, bro, so you can really concentrate on what man's saying, type of thing. But now it's not even that he did like multiple flows and multiple melodies and that, bro. He's literally done multiple types of delivering a message. Like, you get me?
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people.
Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. Like, I like that right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, this is right in a certain type of bag. I have a song called Intro to Me and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's like an EP that I'm still writing, and each track is 4 years of my life. But the first one is literally called Intro to Me, and I'm just talking about like my life and who I am and da da da. But it's more like spoken word. I didn't mean to do it, but there's not really a flow to it. You know what I'm saying? So there's the way he's setting up certain bars and that, bro, you know what I mean? Because I feel like when you do spoken word and strip away all the elements, you got to have a rhythm to you. You know what I'm saying? And using words and words that are similar to each other and that, bro, always helps and that, bro. And doing schemes where words are very similar and that, bro, and just rolls off the tongue. It's like it's the beat. You know what I'm saying? It's not a beat, but it's the beat. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful with like your word selection and all that, and your rhyme schemes. You got to be clever with it, so everything kind of like just flows nicely.
See, community declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention.
See what I'm saying? Invention, mention. Like, you get me in that, bro. The word selection's got to be called.
They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other.
Okay. You see, this is what I'm saying in that, bro. This guy's a madman. You know what I'm saying? So him now being around a gun and that, bro, we already know where it's going and that. And by the way, why the hell is my camera not the right? What the?
My solution.
Anyway, I'll deal with that after.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the human...
That's a fact in that. Yo, no kizzy in that, bro. I'm genuinely thinking of homeschooling my kids, bro. I'm genuinely thinking of homeschooling my kids when I eventually get there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And obviously not me personally, but just a grind of certain people, you know what I'm saying, that can teach certain topics and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I never liked school and school, bro. People think differently, act differently, have different personalities. Bro, there's literally different ways of learning. So if there's different ways of learning, because literally I used to childmind and that, bro, you know what I mean? And the children I used to childmind, good family friends basically, you know what I'm saying? But the dad was like, oh yeah, so such and such child is able to see numbers like this and does math like this, and they're able to do it mentally, whereas the other child now, he has to have things in front of him. So it's like when you're in nursery and all these different type of places, well, in the Western world that is, because other worlds like maybe like certain African countries probably will be a bit behind in terms of ways of teaching or whatever, but in the Western world and that, it's like they accommodate to the way the child will learn in like a nursery or a primary, and then they just abandon it, and then everyone just learns the exact same way when everyone learns differently and in different ways. I'm more of a hands-on person. In school, didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really study for much and that, bro, you know what I'm saying? But now put me out under whatever job I was doing, if it was physical and all that stuff, I'm putting my heart into it, kind of like right now and that, fam, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, fam, if people learn differently, you know what I'm saying, and you're literally making everyone learn the exact same type way, and there's certain things that you need to know in that, bro, and you don't teach it to them, you know what I mean? But then releasing children into the world without knowing certain things and that, bro, and then you blame them for certain things when you literally had the opportunity to teach them, but you didn't and that, bro. It's like, why would I now put my children in that, fam? You know what I'm saying? In a way, I was like, wait, maybe I should give them the choice, but the children at the end of the day, they don't know any better type of thing, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like children still should have a say in certain things to a certain level and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we shouldn't be like this father here dictating your child to everything and that, bro. But I genuinely do think I'll actually homeschool my children and that, bro, just to really set them up for life and that, or just in general and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we're going on a history trip. We're learning about such and such person. Let's go to the country. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing it in a classroom type of thing, like just ish like that, bro. And I'm going to be very hands-on. That's without a doubt and that, fam. Well, hopefully. Because you never know, when people get busy and are making millions and trying to chase generational wealth, it gets a bit techie and that, bro. But I'm rambling. But literally, I am thinking of like, you know what I'm saying, homeschooling my children and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? To break the cycle. And eventually create an institution
Everything
as well,
is subject to
where
change.
it accommodates to the way that people learn. Because it's not, oh yeah, when you're a child and that, but we should actually accommodate to each child because everyone learns and develops differently. And then as soon as you get past the age of flipping 11 and all of that, we're just completely abandoned it. Nah, it still continues, bro. You know what I mean?
We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consume till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game."
Oh, jumped. Well, that went from shit to shit. Literally in the tick there, man. That went from shit to flipping shit, blood. But hey, shout out to Ren, man. I can't believe I didn't do that one straight away when I was doing the other ones. But is what it is though. Shout out to Money Game. Shout out to Ren. And shout out to the Money Game series. I'm also gonna do this thing. I can't remember who it was or whatever in that fam, but they said to check out Ren. He did like a chapter thing or whatever in that fam. So this right here, he did like a chapter thing. I don't know why this thing ain't working. But as you can see right there, chapter, it's like apparently it's like about his life and his journey and how he got into music and all that type of stuff, and you should watch that. So there's like a couple of things that I need to watch before I go deeper into the journey. So depending on how that does, I might do literally all of them and upload all of them, or just watch them in my own time. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to Ren, shout out to all the support on that, bro, that you guys been showing in them thing there. Shout out to the series as well. Yeah, you get me? Because yeah, there's so much depth in that, bro, to money and all and certain topics and that, you know what I'm saying? That I guarantee he could have kept him going, you know what I mean? But yeah, the story as well and that, bro, I feel like from the time it started, you could literally tell where it was going, bro. And it went from shit to shit, and it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? Because even nowadays and that, fam, sometimes you go onto Twitter and you're like, you see like a racist post or whatever where someone will post about a black person and say, oh, this is why they act like this, or saying slurs and da and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes people have so much hatred for a certain person or a certain race or a certain whatever that it's like in their heads only that race or whatever can do wrong and that, bro. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're from the hood, it doesn't matter whether you have everything given to you, it doesn't matter whether you have two parents, it doesn't matter whether you have everything that you quote unquote need in life and that, bro, in terms of on a surface level and that, bro. No matter who you are, where you're from, what you have around you, what your background is, whether you have money, don't have money, it can still go wrong. And this is what people don't understand and that, you know what I'm saying? It can still go wrong. And this was a perfect example of that right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one though. It's been your boy Jazz, and I'm gone. In a bit, people, man.